you're a beginner photographer, you already probably have felt some of the chaos that comes with getting your first handful of clients. Whether you've been posting nonstop, maybe you're sliding into DMs of multiple businesses, and maybe you've made 3 Instagram accounts in the last 6 months, and somehow it feels like nothing is working. And honestly, that's normal. Today, I want to help skip the frustration that I went through, because there are 3 mistakes almost every new photographer makes, and once you know how to fix them, everything smooths out and starts feeling intentional instead of panicky. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to stop doing, what to start doing, and how to feel way more confident and present at yourself as a photographer. I've been in the creative world for years, coached photographers, built systems for them, worked in studios with freelancers and in creative agencies, and I've seen what works from every angle, and I've made most of them myself. So let's jump in. First mistake is that DM to book on Instagram in your bio is not a strategy. You cannot rely on DM to book to be your entire system. I get why people do this. It feels easy. It feels personal. You get a message, you respond, boom, client, boom, win, right? But here's the truth. DMs are not a booking system. They're a black hole of chaos. You lose messages. People ghost. 2 weeks later, someone else responds and you don't even remember the conversation. You end up sending the same pricing over and over again. There's so many times where I've started a conversation with someone and Instagram just decides that you already read the message, you don't need to see it. And it just gets lost in your DMs. And that person might not reach out again. Their whole goal was to be in contact with you, but you ghosted them, so it seems. When you're new, you need clarity for you and the client. The fix is actually really simple. Have one place people go to book you. A basic landing page, a Calendly link, a short form on your website, anything that creates a frictionless path. DMs start the conversation, but it shouldn't be where you close the conversation. Send them somewhere else. Send them to your email where you have something a lot more personal and easier to keep track of. Mistake number 2 is restarting your Instagram again. You start a brand new Instagram account because your old one feels off-brand, scattered, or messy, and then you post for like 2 months. You're hyped, you're consistent, and then burnout. The account dies, and your old account is just sitting there like, hey. And honestly, that's why I just use my personal Instagram account as my main photo and video account, because it's my name. It shows that it's a personal brand. You don't have to come up with some fun, interesting name that you use the same aperture logo as everyone else. And I've just seen so many photography accounts just go and fizzle out after 2 months. Like literally, like you post, you run out of things to post because you only done 1 or 2 shoots so far, and it just dies. And to me, as a person that like loves looking at Instagram pages to see what you can do better, and also just to cheer you on, like after that plateau and you just fall off, it's so hard to watch that, because it feels like your dreams are also just like fizzling out. And if you don't come back to that for another year, it's just like, man, it takes a while, and you might go back and be like, it's off brand again. So you make a new account. What all this boils down to is that the problem wasn't the account, the problem was the pressure. Starting fresh seems exciting, but it also forces you into an unsustainable pace, and Silo is all about showing you how to do and create things sustainably. You feel like you need to prove the new account was worth it, but here's the fix. Pick one account, the one with your history, your friends, your hometown, your network, and build from there. Consistency beats aesthetic every single time. Keep doing the thing that matters to you. Spread the posts out instead of having all the posts on the page go out in 1 week, so that it shows consistency. Okay, so let's talk about pricing. So every beginner photographer struggles with this. You're scared to charge too much, you're scared to charge too little, and sometimes you default to doing everything for free because it feels safer, you don't know what you're doing yet, and you don't want people to have a bad experience with you. Here's the truth. Free work is fine, but only when it has a purpose. Free work is great for learning your camera, experimenting with styles, building your early portfolio, gaining confidence, practicing directing people. But the moment you start taking on real inquiries and people start seeing your work for what it is, and they want some of that for themselves, you need to start charging some price. It doesn't mean it has to be anything crazy. This is a part of my 4 Ps framework, which we go over in another video. But for now, let's talk about pricing in the fact that like, you need to have a reason for why you're shooting these things. I remember when I was first starting out, I was like, oh my gosh, what do I even charge for something like this? I just want to hang out with my friends and take some cool photos. They're turning out awesome. So now how do I like talk to someone else, or a family friend comes to me and says, I want to shoot some family photos with you. what does it cost? It's so easy to just say, yeah, it's free. Let's get this out of the way. I'd love to do this for you. It's practice for me and something for you. And that's so true. Early on, you're working for some kind of exchange, and just realize that it has to be some kind of exchange. It doesn't have to be money. It might be portfolio worthy images. Maybe you're going to a coffee shop and you're like, hey, I'll shoot some photos for you if I can have coffee for free for a week. That's awesome too. Those changes of services make such a difference and just build longer relationships than you might think. But you just have to assign an exchange value at the very least. And so really the fix is that simple. Start with a number that feels tiny but comfortable, not too high, not too low, and then let the market teach you. Raise slowly as you gain experience, but do not stay in the free work cycle forever. But like I said, please do some free work, because that'll also bring a lot of character out of you. Okay, and real quick, if you're a beginner photographer and you want help building a real foundation, and if you want a community of people to grow with, Silo is the best place to surround yourself with creatives who are on the same path as you. So feel free to join our Discord and join some of our events here in Central PA soon. All right, so let's recap the 3 big mistakes that beginner photographers make. DM to book. They're great for conversations, but terrible for systems. Starting new Instagram accounts over and over. Consistency beats the rebranding and the retargeting, and then not knowing what to charge. Free work is fine at first, but to build a real photography gig, you need to have a pricing ladder or some different offers for people. Fix these 3 things and you instantly jump ahead of most new photographers in your city. If you learned something, drop a comment on what mistake you relate to most. You're definitely not alone, and I'll see you in the next video.